Hi, and welcome back to SGPL Library Kids. I'm Sarah, the Children Youth Services Librarian here at the Spruce Grove Public Library. We are doing a read aloud for May, which is historical fiction, which is our theme for the month for our virtual reading club for kids. So we are reading this one. Every month we do 4 picks, and then this is the one we picked for the read aloud this month. So we are reading, as you can see, Breaking Stalin's Nose by Eugene Yelchin. So this is all about communist Russia back in last century, about halfway through. And it's all about Stalin, who was the leader of the Communist Party. So if you don't know anything about him, go online, have a little Google, or just go with the flow and just read along with us and find out as we go. So we've already read a few chapters, so do go back, watch them, and then catch up with us. We're on to chapter 9 today. So, chapter 9. I'm winded from running, so I take my time climbing the stairs. What was I thinking? That any fool could just walk into the Kremlin and talk to Stalin? With enemies everywhere and the international situation the way it is, Dad's right. I'm not serious enough. I don't think hard enough. Aunt Larissa's apartment is on the 5th floor. When I get to her door, I stare at the nameplates under the buzzer. The number 9 is scribbled next to her husband's name. I reach for the buzzer, but I don't touch it. I don't want her sitting up in bed counting rings, wondering who has come for them in the middle of the night. I sit down on the step to catch my breath. The door flies open, and there's Aunt Larissa holding a baby wrapped in a blanket. I knew it, she whispers. He's been arrested, right? Arrested? I stand up, and the baby starts crying, and Aunt Larissa begins rocking it. Don't cry, baby. When you grow up, you'll be living in communism, I say, and I reach to tickle the baby, but Aunt Larissa pulls it away, frightened. Then her husband is there, leaning out of the door. But you can just see in the picture there, going in the front door. What are you trying to do, kid? He said. Get us in trouble? I only need till morning, I said. As soon as Stalin finds out my dad is coming back. Stalin, he says. But it's a nasty laugh. It's not funny, I say. I'll be joining the pioneers tomorrow, and my dad is... Forget about your dad, kid. Your dad's an enemy of the people. Don't you get it? They don't allow kids of enemies to join the pioneers. My aunt says something, but I can't hear it because the baby is wailing. Shh, her husband hisses. I'm not sure who he's hissing at, my aunt or the baby, because both are crying now. He leans forward and drives his finger into my chest. Don't aggravate us, kid. Get lost. And he shuts the door. I'm almost at the 1st floor when I hear the door open upstairs. It's my aunt. I stop and wait for her to catch up. I knew she'd come, and she does, arms reaching out and pulling me in. With her face so close, I see she looks like my dad. And though my dad never cries, of course, he's wrong, I say. My dad's not an enemy of the people. You know that, don't you? She nods and pats my head, or tries to arrange my hair. I don't know which. I'm sorry, Sasha, she says. If we take you in, they'll arrest us too. We just had a baby. We have to stay alive. And she pushes something into the palm of my hand, folds my fingers over it, and runs upstairs. I know it's money. I'll need it, so I'm grateful. But when I look, it's not much. But at least in the morning, I can take a streetcar to school. Chapter 10. In the basement of my aunt's building, I find a stack of old newspapers. I set aside pages with Stalin's picture on them. I don't want to damage those, and I make a bed under the warm pipes. It's not so bad in here. The basement is cozy. I think of the last time I saw Aunt Larissa. It was before she married that jerk. Dad dropped me off and said he would be taking Mum to the hospital because she was ill. I stayed in Aunt Larissa's room for 2 days. I didn't even go to school. And when Dad came back, he said Mom had died at the hospital. And I started crying. And Aunt Larissa hugged me and said to my dad, You look guilty, not sad. He didn't say anything, just took me home. There must have been a funeral. I wonder why he didn't take me. I need to ask him about it. The pipes gurgle and hiss above me. In one of the apartments, someone turns on a record player. Normally, I only listen to marching music, but this song I like. It's pretty and gentle. Why did Aunt Larissa say my dad looked guilty? He didn't. He looked sad. He blamed himself for not being able to save my mom. He's not even a doctor, but he's that responsible. I pull the newspapers over my head and start thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything will be better. Tomorrow, Stalin will rescue my dad. Tomorrow, I will be a pioneer. And I drift off and dream of the pioneers' rally, and I see my dad who's smiling and tying the pioneer's scarf around my neck. And that's where we're going to finish today. So do come back and read the rest of the story with us through watching videos, of course. And so do come back to SGPL Library Kids, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you for joining us for Virtual Storytime this week. If you enjoyed this story, come and visit us in person at the library, give us a call or message us, and we will help you find more books, movies, video games, TV series, and so many more programs and services that we can offer you, all for the small price of a library card, which of course is free. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, SGPL Library Kids. So thank you once again, and bye-bye.